Hi, it's Mark. I'm the Sustainability Manager for the university. I've been invited by my colleagues in Identity and Mission to talk about a particular painting as part of Mission Week. That painting in question is Terry Ffyffe's Rise of Man of Industry, and I think the best place to start would be to talk about what's in the image. So it's a cityscape, and the cityscape shows some very large buildings, perhaps at night. It's very gloomy and spectral, blues and greys dominating the image. There are some people in the image, but they're very, very small figures within that, and they're dominated completely by the built environment. I suspect Ffyffe is really pushing us to ask questions about what happens when the scale of our cities, and by extension our civilization, starts to acquire a scope and an ambition that goes far beyond the scale at which we individually are more comfortable. When I first looked at the image, I couldn't help but think about some mid-century Italian film directors, and sorry to be too Melbourne and inner north about this, but it seemed to be a really worthwhile link to make. And in particular, I'm thinking about the Italian film director Michelangelo Antonioni and his film L'Eclisse, which means the eclipse. It's a fabulous film, although very difficult to watch. You really have to hunker down and grind your way through it, but it's rewarding in the same way as this painting. And what it does, it takes on those questions about alienation in a world that's really shaped by capital, by concrete, by detachment between individuals, and it really asks us to it places people within these quite alienating urban environments, and then asks how can people acquire the meaning that we all otherwise seek through our relations with each other. And I think that's where Ffyffe is going with this image, and certainly that's where it's possible to take our own interpretations of the image. You don't have to run off and find obscure Italian directors to think about that, nor do you have to spend, I suppose, too much time looking at art to do it, but it is a wonderful prompt